Hey guys, let's see, let's get this up here. This is called Follow the Progress, the handy communist checklist. I'm doing this because Pastor Joe Fox on Viking Preparedness, he don't know what's going on with the NFL, politics, perversion, you name it. There's a whole lot going on, movie stars and everybody's coming out in the open about this and about that, and it's to destroy America. People, this was back in, as I find it, this is the communist goals, and it was read into the congressional records January 10th, 1963. Okay? Now I'm going to read some of this. I've done this before, but I'll do it again. America must accept coexistence as the only alternative to atomic war. America must be willing to capitulate in its preference to engaging in atomic war. Develop the illusion that the total disarmament by America is a demonstration of moral strength. Permit free trade among all nations regardless of communist affiliations. Extend long-term loans to Russia and its Soviet satellites. Provide American aid to all nations regardless of communist domination. Grant recognition of China. Admit China to the United Nations. Set up East and West Germany as separate states in spite of Khrushchev's promise in 1955 to settle the German question by free elections under supervision of the United Nations. Prolong the conference on atomic tests because America has agreed to suspend tests as long as negotiations are in progress. Allow all Soviet satellite individuals represented by the U.S. This didn't happen. Promote the United Nations as the only hope for mankind. If its charter is rewritten, demand that it be set up as a one world government with its own independent armed forces. Resist any attempt to outlaw the Communist Party. Do away with all loyalty oaths. Continue to give Russia access to the U.S. Patent Office. Capture one or both of the political parties in the United States. They have at least got control of the Democrats at the national level. Use the technical decisions of the courts to weaken basic American institutions by claiming their activities violate civil rights. You get the picture now, guys? Get control of the schools. Use them as transmission belts for socialism and current communist propaganda. Soften the curriculum. It's called Dumbing Down America. Gain control of all student newspapers. Use student riots to format public protests against programs or organizations which are under communist attack. Infiltrate the press. Get control of book reviews, assignments, editorial writing, and policy-making positions. Gain control of key positions in radio, TV, motion pictures. Hollywood is a community of actors, and it's almost a lockup there. Continue to discredit American culture. This is why all our statues in the parks and stuff are disappearing. Continue discrediting American culture by degrading all forms of artistic expression. An American communist cell was told to eliminate all good sculptures from parks and buildings, substitute shapeless, awkward, and meaningless forms. Control art critics and directors of art museums. Promote ugliness, repulsive, meaningless art. Eliminate all laws regarding obscenity by calling them censorship and a violation of free speech and free press. Break down culture standards of morality by promoting pornography and obscenity in books, magazines, motion pictures, radio, and TV. Present homosexuality and prosperity as normal, natural, and healthy. Infiltrate the churches and replace revealed religion with social religion. Discredit the Bible and emphasize the need for intellectual maturity, which does not need any religious crutch. And eliminate prayer or any phrase of a religious expression in schools on the ground that it violates the principles of separation of church and state. Discredit the American Constitution by calling it inadequate, old-fashioned, out of step with modern needs a hindrance to cooperate between nations on a worldwide basis. Discredit the American founding fathers. Present them as selfish aristocrats who had no concern for the common man. Belittle all forms of American culture and discourage the teaching of American history on the grounds that it was only a minor part of the big picture. Give more emphasis to Russian history since the communists took over. Support any socialist movement to give centralized control over any part of the culture. Education, social agencies, welfare programs, mental health clinics. Eliminate all laws or procedures which interfere with the operation of the communist apparatus. Eliminate the U.S. House Committee on Un-American Activities. Discredit and eventually dismantle the FBI. Waco? Infiltrate and gain control of more unions. They already did that. Infiltrate and gain control of big business. They did that. Transfer some of the powers of arrest from the police to social agencies. Your welfare people taking your kids, remember that? Treat all behavioral problems as psychiatric disorders which no one but a psychiatrist can understand or treat. Yeah, like they know what's going on. Dominate. The psychiatric profession used mental health laws as a means of gaining coercive control over those who oppose communist goals. That's from, anyway. Discredit the family as an institution. Encourage proximity and easy divorce. Emphasize the need to raise children away from the negative influence of parents. Attribute prejudice, mental blocks, and retarding of children to support Hillary's Take a Village. Create the impression that violence and insurrection are legitimate aspects of the American tradition, that students and special interest groups should rise up and unite to solve economic, political, and social problems. Think globally. Act locally. Overthrow all colonial governments before native populations are ready for self-government. Internationalize the Panama Canal. They did that. Repeal the Conley Reservation so that the U.S. cannot prevent the World Court from seizing jurisdiction over domestic problems. Give the World Court jurisdictions over nations and individuals alike. You know what that boils down to? We're all stupid enough to let this happen. And we didn't notice it because it's happening slowly. That's what's going on in America. And especially, people, when you see this stuff about use technical decisions of courts to weaken the American institution by claiming their activity violates civil rights, get control of the schools, getting rid of the artistic things. If you see a statue in the park or something, tear the thing down, replace it with something that's awkward and meaningless and shapeless, you name it. And like I said, eliminate all laws governing obscenity by calling them censorship and a violation of free speech and free press. Break down the culture standards of morality by promoting pornography and obscenity in books, magazines, motion pictures, radio, and TV. Present homosexuality and promiscuity as normal, healthy, and natural. Thanks for watching.